This quick tip will look at the use of timelines as an asset within Gallium workflow orchestration. A timeline is like a mini schedule, and it may have many items, such as this one, made up of program items and secondary items, and in this case lasting for a couple of minutes. Or it may have a single item, such as this timeline, which has a single secondary item, a logo. And although they are like schedules, we find timelines in the asset library along with other assets. And although they aren't assets, they are pointers to those assets, we treat them as if they were assets. When a timeline is added to a schedule, each of the items, the assets, whether they be primary items or secondary items, are added to that schedule. In this way, a timeline is a little like a macro, a single item which acts like multiple items. As we've just seen, timelines can be used as a macro to add multiple items to a schedule. But timelines are also used in the schedule processor to automate actions, and timelines can also be used to quickly add an item to a schedule. Schedules often have fixed structures. For example, a secondary event may be locked or linked to a primary program event, such as a logo coming on a few seconds after the start of that event and going off a few seconds before the end of it. The following is an example of such a rule. Looking in Gallium settings and the processor settings, and looking at the schedule processor group for the channel required, we can see here an automatic scheduler that looks to see if the item is program primary by using the filter expression equals schedule.primary.isProgram, and if that is true, it inserts the timeline reference Core1 HD logo. The rule is look at the primary item. If it is a program item, insert a bug, and insert that 3 seconds after the start and turn it off 2 seconds before the end. If we open that timeline in the media library, we look for the Core1 HD logo, this is what we see. We can see that the logo duration is -5 seconds with a 3-second offset. That means that it will start 3 seconds after the start of the primary event and end 2 seconds before it. We can similarly add other media objects such as now and next graphics or clocks or a voiceover. Timelines can be inserted using keyboard shortcuts. This is set up in the Gallium settings. Going to the playlist settings, quick access and timelines, there is a group of 9 timeline references, each of which will be associated with a control key, control 1 through to control 9. There is a drop down to the right of each timeline shortcut, and a timeline can be picked from that drop down. Once the timeline has been associated with a keyboard shortcut, it can be inserted into the schedule. So we have seen how we can use timelines in Gallium workflow orchestration.